and with all kinds of things to talk about here, the weather being one of those. And we've got, Rutherford County pause coming in a bit later on. So, yeah, we've got quite a bit happening here at the Radio Ranch. First of all, let's say good morning to today's good neighbor of the day. And our good neighbor is William Fields. William is the good neighbor today for being quick to help with a car situation that got handled quickly thanks to his help. William Fields receiving flowers today from Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts and News Radio, WGNS. Our good neighbor today, William Fields. Now, you can send in a good neighbor to us here at the Big G. Text neighbor to 615-893-1450 or head to wgnsradio.com/good neighbor. The two ways that you can get your good neighbors to us. You can also mail it 306 South Church Street, Murfreesboro 37130, or even easier, you can call Melissa and talk to her here at the station a little later on in the morning, and she'll take that information from you. Also, birthday club. Garrison Gross is our birthday club winner today. He is 13. So, Garrison, happy birthday. Happy 13th birthday. That's right. Garrison Gross is going to get the banana pudding from Slick Pig Barbecue. They're over at 1920 East Main. So, thanks to our friends at Slick Pig, as well as Ryan Flowers, for being able to recognize some folks here this morning.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Well, on Big G TV, as we take a look outside, it's nice and sunny, only 46 degrees in Murfreesboro, and it is 45 in Smyrna. Fair skies, though. Going to be in the low 60s today, upper 60s on Saturday, and then rain and storms on Sunday. How angry will those storms be? Well, we'll just have to see. That slight risk is kind of encroaching in on the southwestern corner of the mid-state from Jackson down to Waynesboro, and we're in a level 1 out of 5 for most of the rest of Middle Tennessee. So it's looking like Saturday afternoon through evening, a high chance of storms, but a low to medium chance of severe weather. Primary risk from those are going to be damaging wind gust and some hail, but the tornado threat is not zero. But it is, I would not be surprised if we're not under some kind of severe thunderstorm watch or something like that on Sunday. So just get ready and prepared. Nothing to get scared about, but be prepared.
Well, Brian, it looks like partial sunshine develops here for this afternoon. We'll see a high in the lower 60s. Winds out of the southwest around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for tonight, we'll see decreasing cloud cover with a low around 42. By Saturday, sunshine, high of 68 degrees. Sunday, a chance for rain. A blend of clouds and sunshine develops, high around 73. Then by Monday, mostly sunny skies, high of 66 degrees. Tuesday, sunshine, high of 69. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Thank you, Jennifer, for the update. And we want to say to keep an eye out on the severe weather possibilities on Sunday. So Sunday is the day, afternoon and evening, but going to have some really good weather before then. Don't forget to check RutherfordWX.com, RutherfordWX.com. That's Rutherford Weather. Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch are the channels where we are live during impactful and severe weather. That's RutherfordWX.com.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
Well, major indices slid in early trading after FedEx and Nike saw their stock prices drop after reporting earnings. FedEx lowered its full-year guidance, citing inflation and uncertain demand for shipments. Like Nike signaled, declines in profitability, in part due to U.S. tariffs on products from China and Mexico. The Dow is down 239 points at 41,713. S&P off 34 at 5628. NASDAQ down 92 at 17,599.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
All right, we're going to get a news check here for you from, CBS. They'll be up first. Then we'll get a news check later on from our friends at Access Tennessee. We've got sports, your Friday pony picks. We've got a lot to get to here this morning. So if you'll stay with us here on Rutherford Issues, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. MTE has a solar power expert and energy services supervisor to help members understand if solar is right for them. Find out more at mte.com/prosolar. That's mte.com/prosolar. Your CBS News headlines coming up next for you, brought to you by SRM Concrete.
CBS Radio News.
CBS News Brief. Heathrow Airport in London is still shut down after a fire knocked out the power. CBS News Chicago reporter Marissa Perlman tells us it's impacting travelers at O'Hare.
We know of at least 2 Heathrow-bound flights that are impacted. An American Airlines flight returned to O'Hare after about 90 minutes in the air, and then a British Airways flight that left O'Hare was diverted to Montreal late last night.
The names of the Venezuelan men deported to El Salvador have been released. CBS's Camilo Montoya Galvez reports.
We know that some of them, in fact, did take advantage of those Biden administration programs that allowed migrants to enter the country lawfully with the government's permission, but they still lacked U.S. citizenship.
The Trump administration alleges they were all part of a terrorist gang. A top Israeli security official has been fired by the prime minister. Here's CBS's Rami Inocencio, who tells us.
Netanyahu said that he lost faith in them. His allies accuse him for the security failures of October 7th.
CBS News Brief.
SRM Concrete. With every new day, every sunrise, we build structures that stand the test of time. And upon their foundations are our homes, where we work, where our kids go to school. And with that comes tremendous pride. We don't just make concrete, we build relationships, trust, confidence. We're SRM Concrete. Build with us.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monsi Bolaños.
Day 1 of the men's NCAA tournament is in the books. 2 seed St. John's came alive in the second half and won 83-53 against 15 seed Omaha. This is the Red Storm's first tournament win in 25 years. 10 seed Arkansas survived 79-72 against 7 seed Kansas. This was Kansas' first loss in the first round since 2006. And 11 seed Drake held on to defeat 6 seed Missouri 67-57. Bulldogs are moving on to the second round for the first time since 1971. 3rd seed Texas Tech had an 82-72 win over 14 seed UNC Wilmington. In the NBA, the Warriors topped the Raptors, won 17-114, but Steph Curry took a hard fall late in the third quarter and was ruled out with a pelvic contusion. And in soccer, at the CONCACAF Nations League semifinal, Panama defeated the U.S. 1-0.
This is a paid legal ad.
You've probably heard it a million times. If you're injured, call a lawyer. And you probably haven't, because you don't know how much it will cost, how long it will take, or even if you have a case. At the law offices of John Day, we provide a free initial consultation because we understand that folks don't want to pay a lawyer only to find out they don't have a case. If you think we can help, we do so on a contingency basis, which means we only get paid if you do. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
Time now for Danny Brewer's Friday Pony Picks.
Sponsored by the Mint Gaming Hall at Kentucky Downs. Located just north of the Tennessee state line in Franklin, Kentucky, this premier entertainment destination is home to over 1,000 gaming machines, fine dining, and live music. As we build toward the world's most famous race, remember, the Mint will play host to the largest Kentucky Derby party south of Louisville on the first Saturday in May. More info, visit themintgaming.com.
Now, here's Danny.
Saturday, March 22nd, huge day in the thoroughbred racing world. The New Orleans Classic is race 9, mile and 1/8 on the main track for 10 older males, run for $500,000. This marks the return of 3-year-old champion Sierra Leone. The number 7 horse, trained by Chad Brown, put him in a trifecta of the number 2 Hall of Fame for Steve Asmussen. The number 9 Cormabino Omadady, Japanese bred son of California Chrome. Race 11, $400,000 Fairgrounds Oaks. The number 7 Good Cheer is our top pick. She's unbeaten in 5 career starts for trainer Brad Cox. Race 12, the $1 million Louisiana Derby, the longest of the Kentucky Derby preps at a mile and 3/16. We like the number 1, John Hancock. He's only making his 3rd career start, but he is super talented and trained by Brad Cox. Turfway Park is where we head next. Race 10, the Kentucky Cup Classic. Grade 3, $300,000, 12 horses, running a mile and 1/8. The number 6, Encino, for trainer Brad Cox, our top pick. The number 9, Tall Boy, for trainer Doug O'Neill, is our long shot play. Race 11, the Bourbonnette Oaks, mile and 1/16. 12 3-year-old fillies running for Kentucky Oaks points. The number 11, White Rocks, is our top pick. She's 2 for 2 in 2025, both at Turfway Park. Race 12, the $777,000 Jeff Ruby Stakes. 12 horses run for Kentucky Derby points. A superfecta is what we want to play here. The number 3 for trainer Tom Drury is California Burrito. The number 2 is Charlie's to Blame for trainer Peter Urton. The number 8 Innovator for Dwayne Lucas. And the number 9 Poster for Ian Hardy. Gotta hunt, bet a bunch, back a horse and get paid.
When you turn to Turner Security, powered by TechCore, you can leave your security issues at the door.
Security, access control, cameras, and much more for your business and home. No long-term contract. We keep your business because we did a great job, not because you signed a 5-year agreement. One call does it all for your security and technology needs. Online at turnersecurity.us. That's turnersecurity.us.
Turn to Turner Security.
This is News Radio WGNS, Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
Well, the Lady Raiders last night fall in the first round of the WBIT to Belmont, 64-51. They traveled up to Nashville, facing a familiar mid-state opponent in Belmont. First time meeting in the postseason. The first half showcased the offensive firepower of both teams, but the Bruins came out strong in the second, their bench providing a spark as things tightened up, and they held the Lady Raiders to just 8 points in the third quarter, and they remained in control the rest of the second half, despite a 14-1 run in the fourth and holding Belmont scoreless most of that period. They couldn't overcome the deficit, so the season ends for the Lady Raiders, 64-51. We do have some baseball for you starting this weekend with Dallas Baptist, the opponent for the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider baseball team. Dick Palmer hits the airwaves at 5:45 this evening, at 2:45 tomorrow, and at 12:45 on Sunday. We'll have all 3 games right here on WGNS Radio. We'll have some high school for you next week as well, early in the week before the next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Middle Tennessee baseball. Then the Braves kick off things here next week too. Crazy. Yep, the 27th. First Braves game as they're at San Diego. That's it for the latest in local sports. We've got check of your Rutherford Roundup coming up for you right now.
I'm Dalton Barrett with the News Radio WGNS. And here's some of the top stories affecting Rutherford County on your Rutherford Roundup for this Friday, March the 21st, 2025. The Murfreesboro community is grieving the loss of Norman Sowell, known as Jeff, the beloved face behind Jeff's Family Restaurant, who passed away on Sunday, March 16th, at the age of 63. Known for his culinary talent and warm hospitality, Sowell helped turn the family-run restaurant into a local staple, drawing residents and visitors alike for its home-cooked Southern meals. His death follows the recent passing of his father, John Sowell, in September, deepening the sorrow felt across Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. Many remember Jeff not just as a gifted chef, but as a mentor and a friend whose legacy will endure through the restaurant and the lives that he touched. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Scales & Sons Funeral Home. Meanwhile, development plans for a prime piece of property on Medical Center Parkway have shifted. The former site of the canceled Notes Live project, once set to become a major entertainment venue, is now back on the market. Murfreesboro Mayor Shane McFarland noted that the city is open to new proposals after the original developer failed to meet deadlines and raise traffic concerns.
There has been a couple of interested parties look at that 20 acres that we have. Nothing's been finalized or even close to being finalized.
Just across the street, construction continues on the upscale atrium at the Fountains condominium community.
Fountains project, I know that they've gotten initial approval from the city council.
With ongoing road expansion along Medical Center Parkway, a key corridor in Rutherford County that sees over 30,000 vehicles daily. The city remains a hotbed for commercial and residential growth despite economic headwinds. A major expansion of the Middle Tennessee State University aerospace program is transforming the landscape along Highway 231 south in Shelbyville. The university is relocating its flight training operations from the landlocked Murfreesboro Airport to a new, spacious campus at the Shelbyville Airport, where construction is underway on a $62.2 million project. Once completed in the fall of 2027, the new campus will span 16 acres and feature a 50,000 square foot academic building with classrooms, a dispatch center, and faculty offices alongside a 28,000 square foot hangar that will house MTSU's growing fleet of aircraft. MTSU Aerospace Department, originally founded in 1942, has evolved into one of the nation's most respected aviation programs. With over 1,000 students and a team of more than 100 flight instructors, the program attracts individuals from across 32 states and 16 countries. Many graduates go on to secure roles in major aerospace companies worldwide. And in other news, law enforcement officials in Laverne made a significant arrest following a narcotics investigation that began in January. DeJuan Shaw, age 31, was apprehended on March 13th after detectives executed a search warrant at his residence on Quiet Lane. The search yielded 1.5 pounds of marijuana, a firearm, and over $2,000 in suspected drug money. Shaw faces several charges, including drug distribution and possession of a firearm as a convicted felon. He's currently held at the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office with a bond set at $24,500. With the season of spring upon us, many in Rutherford County and across Tennessee are preparing for home improvement season. But as homeowners turn their attention to renovations, state officials are urging caution to avoiding falling victim to contractor scams. The Tennessee Attorney General's Office and the Department of Commerce and Insurance are reminding consumers to thoroughly vet contractors before hiring. In 2024 alone, the state received 884 complaints tied to construction work, leading to nearly $1 million in civil penalties. Officials recommend verifying contractor licenses at verify.tn.gov and checking complaint histories through the Board for Licensing Contractors or the Division of Consumer Affairs. Tips include never paying in full upfront, avoiding cash payments, and insisting on written contracts that clearly outline work and payment terms. Meanwhile, approximately 60 miles east of Murfreesboro in Sparta, Tennessee, the Bureau of Investigation agents arrested 40-year-old Timothy Rankin following a disturbing case of child sexual abuse material. The investigation began in December of 2024 after the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children flagged his Snapchat account. A search of Rankin's residence led to his arrest and a charge for violating the sexual offender registry. He's being held at the White County Jail on a $15,000 bond. The case remains open, and the TBI urges anyone with related information to contact their tip line at 1-800-TBI-FIND. As the TBI continues its mission to protect children online, they encourage parents to visit netsmarts.org for resources on cyber safety and child exploitation prevention. A Smyrna woman with 4 decades of legal experience recently outsmarted a scammer attempting to impersonate a Rutherford County Sheriff's deputy. The caller falsely claimed that the woman had failed to respond to a jury duty notice and attempted to verify her address under the guise of enforcing a violation. Attempting to sound official, he threatened to mark her as a non-responder and referred a certified letter she supposedly ignored. but the woman, well versed in legal procedures, quickly recognized the scam and ended the call. The Rutherford County Sheriff's Office reminds residents to be cautious of unsolicited calls demanding personal information. Jury duty notices are never handled over the phone, and law enforcement will never demand payment or sensitive data this way. And in Murfreesboro, police are investigating a violent road rage incident that unfolded early Tuesday morning, March the 18th, around 6:18 a.m. Witnesses saw a silver Honda Odyssey driving erratically along Northwest Broad Street, cutting off vehicles and brake-checking drivers. The situation escalated when the driver stopped at a light on Florence Road, exited the vehicle, and smashed the windows, taillight, and a mirror of a white Dodge Ram before ramming into it. The Dodge Ram driver retaliated by breaking the Odyssey's window, injuring his hand in the process. Both vehicles sustained extensive damage. About an hour later, the Odyssey was located at TriStar Stonecrest Medical Center, where the driver had taken an elderly passenger. He caused a disturbance inside of the hospital and was arrested by Smyrna police outside of the facility. Murfreesboro police charged the minivan driver with aggravated assault and felony vandalism, while Smyrna authorities may add charges. The Dodge Ram driver may face a misdemeanor vandalism charge as the investigation continues. That's all for now. For updates on these and more local news stories, check out our website, wgnsradio.com, or follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook and X. I'm Dalton Barrett with WGNS Radio, and I'll talk to you later.
Get old. Old National Bank, that is. Old National Bank has the experience and service you need to buy a home, make investments, even online and mobile banking. Old National Bank is in the borough on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
Old National Bank at 2230 Dr. MLK Jr. Boulevard, which used to be Mercury Boulevard.
Visit us and enjoy warm, homemade cookies at Old National Bank.
Old National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? I'm Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction, and we've been selling property in Middle Tennessee since 1969. Whether it be traditional listings, sales, or auctions, let us visit your property and help you decide what method is best for your situation. Call Maples Realty and Auction today, because it's our people that's the difference.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Sold by Maples Realty and Auction.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Will Nunley. A Postal Service protest at several sites Thursday. Postal workers were on the picket line in Donaldson and the Nashville Post Office, protesting the Trump administration's plans to privatize the United States Postal Service. The protest was part of the American Postal Worker Union's National Day of Action. According to a letter sent to members of Congress, the Postal Service director plans to work with DOJ to cut 10,000 workers in the next 30 days and billions of dollars from the U.S. Postal Service budget. Governor Bill Lee says he would like to see the Super Bowl come to Tennessee, and he's making some official moves to try to make it happen. Lee has submitted a letter of interest expressing his desire to host the 2029 Super Bowl at the new Nissan Stadium in Nashville. According to Lee, the world-class facility will make Tennessee the top destination for the nation's biggest events, from the Super Bowl to the Final Four and beyond. In the letter, Lee highlights the success of other large-scale events in Nashville, like the NFL Draft, CMA Fest, and the SEC Championship.
Hi, I'm Lakin Gilman, a mortgage loan originator with First Mortgage, a department of First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. With competitive rates and personal service, let me turn your homeownership dreams into reality. Visit my website, lakinhibden.com, or come by my office at 322 North Front Street, located in downtown Murfreesboro, and let's get started.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. We show up for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 401715.
A small earthquake reported in West Tennessee. It happened in Dyer County Thursday afternoon. The U.S. Geological Survey says the magnitude 2.8 quake struck at 3:23 in the afternoon, about 5 miles west of Dyersburg. That's not too far from Reelfoot Lake, an area famously transformed by earthquakes. Neighbors say they felt the small quake, but no damage was reported. Will Nunley, Access Tennessee News.
This is Good Neighbor Events with Bart Walker. Brought to you by AmeriCare Pest Control and the law offices of John Day.
I've got pets.
Here's Tom Sweat with AmeriCare Services Incorporated.
AmeriCare's moisture control services include mold testing, mold remediation, crawl space repair, vapor barrier, sump pump installation, radon testing, radon mitigation, and basement waterproofing. If there's something wrong in your crawl space or basement, we can probably help. Just ask for a free inspection.
893-7111. AmeriCare Services Incorporated.
Hey, welcome to Murfreesboro. All of you here for the TSSAA Boys State Basketball Tournaments. Hope you enjoy yourself and come back and visit again soon. Now, WGNS Good Neighbor Events. This Sunday afternoon, there's something that you will love doing, and that's clogging. Maybe you don't know how to do it. Well, that's why the Cripple Creek Cloggers invite you to come on over to the Smyrna Senior Activity Center this Sunday. Starts at 4:30, and it is free. Free clogging lessons from the Cripple Creek Cloggers. It couldn't get better. That's 4:30 this Sunday at the Smyrna Senior Activity Center. Thank you, Steve Cates. The Parkinson Support Group meets on the first and third Friday of each month, 10 o'clock in the morning, at the St. Clair Senior Center. That's the Parkinson Support Group, the first and third Friday of each month. Don't throw away Old Glory. Bring your tattered American flag to WGNS and let the girls from BSA Troop 2019 at Trinity United Methodist Church retire it with dignity. Plus, we also recycle Bibles. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Don't throw away old flags. WGNS retires Old Glory with respect. Bring those tattered Bibles here, too. We're more than talk.
The city of Murfreesboro is growing, and we need your help to prove it by participating in the special census. Murfreesboro Mayor Shane McFarland.
We want to get an accurate count of our residents compared to the last census. The more people that are counted, the more state shared revenue dollars Murfreesboro receives.
It's fast and easy. Complete the form online at murfreesborocensus.com.
Count me in.
Okay, count me in.
And count me in too.
Let's make sure every resident counts. Visit murfreesborocensus.com.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Their charitable foundation at MTE is called Sharing Change, and it's funded by members who round up their electric bills to the nearest dollar each month, supporting hundreds of nonprofits. You can find out more at sharingchange.org. Well, joining in studio today from Rutherford County Paws, Sebastian Jordan and Steve Edwards, the Cat Man, is here. That Batman theme runs through my head when, I don't know why, I guess, but anywho, good to have you both here.
Good to be here.
Lots going on.
Mm-hmm.
So you were telling me that, well, in less than a month, you're going to have a big event out at Paws.
Yeah, we are. So it's spring now, even though it doesn't feel like it today.
Yeah.
So we're kind of gearing up for event season. A lot of outreach stuff, planning for going to adoption events around the community, and also the big events at the shelter. So April 12th on Saturday, we are going to be having our Doggone Adoption event, which we had last year. That's a Western-themed event. I know Gracie and Evan came on the show last year with cowboy hats. I saw those cowboy hats and I thought I need to grab those so me and Steve can be cowboys.
Yeah.
And then the cold weather threw me off. I had to grab my coat and I forgot the hats, but we'll wear them at the event.
Okay. Well, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Always. That'll be something fun to say.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a big Western themed event. So we'll have a lot of decorations, a Western photo booth. We'll have some food trucks, some vendors, a lot of adoptable dogs and cats there.
So even though it's called Doggone or Doggone It event, you're still going to have cats available.
We will.
So,
yeah. But
there's no real good saying for cats in a Western theme.
No, not really.
No, not in particular.
They don't do well on horses.
No, that's very true. So I guess when you have events like this, all of the same requirements are still there. Is that right?
Yeah. We have the same requirements. People get there, we ask them to go inside and sign in to check in, and then wait to go back into the adoption floor to look at the pets, and then, work with the shelter staff to set up meet and greets if they're interested in that. A lot of people will bring their dogs with them to do the meet and greets right there, and then if they get along, you take home a dog right at the event.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Well, from the start to the end of that, about how long does that take?
The adoption process?
Yeah.
We give it about 30 minutes, like start to end, just to make sure you've got time to have all the paperwork in order. If you've got other pets, we ask that you have proof of rabies vaccination for those pets. We do a check at your home to make sure, if you own your property, obviously you can have whatever pets you want. But if you don't own, we have to check with whoever you're renting from or the apartment complex and see what restrictions are to make sure that you can have the dog that you picked out, because nothing worse than, finding a dog you love and trying to take it home and not allowed to bring that into your apartment.
Yeah, and maybe some people don't know of that requirement,
Yeah, we've had people that are surprised when we call to verify when they're with their apartment manager and they realize, they can't actually have dogs of a certain breed or over a certain size. So we go through and check all of that. So we want time just to make sure that all that can go through and get checked.
And sometimes people also might try to sneak that in, and you just want to make sure that animal's not coming back to Paws either.
Yes, we want them to go to a nice home and that be their home as long as possible.
Yeah.
So whatever we can do to cut down on returns or issues.
Have you been to the Doggone It event, Steve?
Yes.
Okay.
This will be my third one.
Third one.
Nice.
Tell us what it's like.
Just a bunch of people running around in cowboy hats, and the employees there, the volunteers. It's just a lot of fun. I mean, there's a lot of people show up, especially if it's a pretty day, and we usually have a food truck or two, and me and my wife make popcorn. Do free popcorn, and but it's a lot of fun, and they have all kinds of like parking lot games, sidewalk chalk, just different stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of different events going on.
Crafts and just kind of yard activities, games, things like that too.
Hope for a good sunny day.
Yeah, really hopeful. April can be really hit or miss, so fingers crossed.
That's like March. It can be hit or miss and cold or hot, or April. Yeah, so you just never know. Our friends from Rutherford County Paws are here, Sebastian Jordan and Steve Edwards. Tell me a little bit about the there's no cost for the event, I guess.
No, absolutely free admission for anyone. We welcome families to come, bring your dogs, just come hang out and have a good day, get some food, meet some animals.
Yeah. So adoption fees, will that still be a part of that day? Okay.
Yeah. For now, all the regular things are going to be in place for it.
Gotcha. Well, that is coming up on April 12th. What time is it again?
It'll be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay. 10 to 2.
Yeah, we'll be out there most of the day.
Now, you have normal weekend hours, do you not?
We do.
Saturday, especially?
Yeah, we're open every Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes, if we're really short-staffed, we'll go to appointment only on Sundays just to help, manage people coming in and out and the workload. But, yeah, we're open every Saturday and Sunday.
And I guess it's probably, especially on weekends, I would think would be kind of a bigger time for you guys, just because people are off work and many times it can get in and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think Saturdays are traditionally the busiest day for traffic and adoptions, for sure.
Rutherford County Paws, where is Paws? Maybe, I don't know that I've asked you that here in the last few times.
Yeah, we are at 285 John R. Rice Boulevard in Murfreesboro. We're right down the road from Sam's.
Can't miss it. If you know where the farmers market is, the Lane Agri Park, it's like right next door. So can't miss it out there. And Steve, we were talking a minute ago about the number of dogs versus cats, and right now you're saying that all of your little kittens and kitties, they're flying out the door, huh?
Yeah, they are. I've actually we had this past week only 2 cats, and they're actually still there. One has FIV, and don't know why the other one hadn't gone. I don't know why they both hadn't gone, because they're both sweet as they can be.
Yeah.
And an FIV cat just needs to go home with no other cats in the house.
Now FIV,
it's feline
immunodeficiency virus.
Gotcha.
So it's like HIV for cats.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's not super contagious between them, but it is contagious, usually spread through deep bites or claw marks. So they can coexist with FIV negative cats in the household if they get along and they're not going to be physically fighting.
Yeah. They do like to do that sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Two of mine do all the time. And it's a mother and her son.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
So a few boxing matches every now and then?
Oh,
with them?
They're usually in my lap when they start.
Oh,
I
okay.
just fold the chair up and they run away.
Fighting over territory.
Yes.
Probably so, yeah. So you don't have, you can give those two cats a lot of attention.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were tired of me yesterday. I actually left a few minutes early just because they just kind of went over in a corner and laid down. I'm like, okay.
They said that's enough, I guess.
Well, I gave them some catnip, and then I left. So,
I see, yeah.
Yeah, that way they could entertain themselves for a little bit.
Yeah. Catnip, it's wild to see some of the things that cats might do with that.
Yeah, and some of them don't react at all to it.
Yeah.
I have my first one. She has no interest in it, but her kid, he goes nuts over it, and it's just hilarious. I can take it, and he sees the package come out, and he's like dancing around in the garage, and I'll just kind of sprinkle it above his head, and he's jumping up and down. It's getting all over, and he wallers around on the floor and eats it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then calms down after a little bit, and he's good to go.
It's nap time at that point.
My cat will snatch the catnip out of my hand. The
Really?
packaging, she'll just grab it and bite it and rip it out of my hand. She
Wow.
takes the whole thing and makes a mess, throws it everywhere.
Of course, yeah, that sounds about right. So, and for those, you may have to go over and start petting a few of the dogs.
I go back and see them
Yeah.
quite often. I try not to pet a lot.
He's the cat man.
Yeah, I'm the cat man,
I know.
I smell like cat,
So they probably go to the back of the kennel then when they hear you or see you coming, right? Sometimes the dogs.
No, they come out. And like I said, I'll start and I'll go through all the kennels and just stand there and talk to them and visit with them for a couple minutes each and just work my way down.
Yeah. So the fact that you've got a lot of dogs there, hopefully this Dog On It event will help with that. But Sebastian, I guess, maybe this is the weekend. Spring is here, so come on out tomorrow. What are the normal Saturday hours?
Saturday, I believe we are open from 10 to 4,
Okay.
but that is on our website at rutherfordcountytn.gov/pause.
Okay, yeah, probably check that out there before you head out. And lots of cute dogs to adopt.
Yeah, we've got almost 30 of them right now. We are filling up, so we need to get these dogs gone.
Yes, so that's a lot. You probably are getting close to capacity on kennels, aren't you?
Yeah, and a lot of really sweet, good dogs.
Okay, so big dogs, smaller dogs. I guess you got the whole gamut.
Yeah, a range.
Yeah.
A lot more medium and large, but there's some small dogs too.
Okay. So, give Rutherford County Paws a look, and appreciate you both being here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Steve the Catman is joining us today, as well as Sebastian Jordan here on Rutherford Issues from Rutherford County Paws. RutherfordCountyTN.gov/paws, PAWS. That's where you can find more about our great friends at Paws.
The City of Murfreesboro is growing, and we need your help to prove it by participating in the special census. Murfreesboro Mayor Shane McFarland.
We want to get an accurate count of our residents compared to the last census. The more people that are counted, the more state shared revenue dollars Murfreesboro receives.
It's fast and easy. Complete the form online at murfreesborocensus.com.
Count me in.
Okay, count me in.
And count me in too.
Let's make sure every resident counts. Visit murfreesborocensus.com.
Kennedy. Today, I'm making my final credit card payment.
Before I came to you, I was in a...
The city of Murfreesboro is growing, and
there is hope for my family's